Yeah, he's a pitch-to-contact guy. Fastball, 91, 94. He'll throw a cut fastball, a good one, curveball, and changeup. Keeps the ball in the ballpark. He keeps it on the ground.
First pitch. Welcome to Angels baseball game 3. Angels 1-1 so far here in Cactus League play. And Gooba, you had a busy morning. We could talk about this throughout the ball game. You had a chance bright and early to speak with Mike Trout. You spoke with Raisel Iglesias, Noah Syndergaard. Nice little walk and talk chat with the manager, Joe Matt.
That was a lot of fun. And Trout, I was joking around. I said, I thought you were playing today. He goes, yeah, 2 straight at home.
Right.
Which is the home game tomorrow with Shohei Ohtani on the mound for the Angels.
Again, just the vibe so far with this Angels team. I mentioned it in the open. You look left, you look right. You're seeing Shohei Ohtani. You're seeing Mike Trout, Brandon Marsh, Joe Adell. The list goes on and on. This Angels team stays healthy. They can make a lot of noise.
Yeah, and this is the energy level. Even in the workout this morning at Tempe Diablo back in the minor league fields. I mean, this is the energy, all the different drills they're doing to prepare for this season. It's great to see that.
Tremendous coaching staff, a lot of new faces. Andrew Velasquez is one of those. He could play short, he could play second, and the Angels will focus on defense up the middle. Whether it's David Fletcher, whether it's Velasquez, we haven't seen Matt Duffy yet. Jack Mayfield certainly have a lot of options. Luis Rengifo.
Tyler Wade. I mean, you got so many different options, and you know the big names are off that free agent board. You know, Trevor Story signs a long-term deal with the Red Sox. You have Carlos Correa with Minnesota. This is David Fletcher more than likely to get the bulk of that shortstop position.
Well, we're talking defense. How about we show you how the Mariners are lining up? And they are showcasing their A-team. Jesse Winker, who they picked up at a trade. Jared Kelenic, top prospect, of course. Mitch Haniger is a tremendous baseball player. He is in right field. Rest of the D is coming up. As you see, Andrew Velasquez working this count on Flexen to 2-2.
That's one thing Joe has said, that the batting order 1 through 9, and even players coming in, they've all worked counts very well, not chasing or thinking, contact, putting the ball in play, driving baseballs when they're not located well.
There's a ground ball, second base. Easy put out. Velasquez is down. Brandon Marsh now steps at playing center field here today this afternoon, Mark, and I told him today, I said, hey, Brandon, it's another day to be great. And he said, woo! He's got great energy. He really does. He had a conversation with a member of the Japanese media about 10 minutes about his hair, different hair products that he's using, and Joe Adell was next to him saying, this is priceless. This is really, this is going on and on.
Those two together are incredible just to listen.
Marsh swings through that.
You know, Flexen will get some swing and misses when he uses his four-seam fastball upstairs. Mainly going to use that one down lower part of the strike zone. Can give up some hits, 185 of them last year in 179 and 2/3 innings pitch.
0-2 here to Marsh. Foul back. And through the years, we could do a little time lapse with Brandon Marsh, how it has changed through the years. He had the flow in 16, took it down in 17, in 21. Wow, the full beard captain caveman. Joe Adell pointed out he's taken off about 6 inches here for this 2022 season.
So he's going away a little bit from the Charlie Blockman look from the Colorado Rockies.
And just a little bit. Fouls that one back.
Flexen last year, about 15% of his pitches curveballs. If there was a cutter / slider, about 29% of the time. Fastball, 40%. Also has a good changeup, about 15%.
It's a big right-hander, nicknamed Big Baby. 14-6 last season. Off speed. Brandon Marsh strikes out.
There's that good changeup he has, good arm action with it. Big Baby, wasn't that a basketball player?
Yeah, sure was. Boston Celtics, if I'm not mistaken, among other teams. Oh, it's just as you were mentioning, that's the type of pitch he will go to.
That's very similar to the changeup we saw from Michael Lorenzen the other day. That fade changeup, like going away against a left-handed batter. Watch his bullpen, a few throws today. Wow, that was fun to see.
Here's Joe Adell. You're right, watching the bullpen, we saw Syndergaard, we had Shohei Ohtani. Lorenzen. Everybody stops when those guys have an up-down. That was incredible to see.
Isn't that like a fourth line in hockey, those guys, where they're out there just walk around as big as they are? I mean, just put those fourth line, that energy line out on the ice. They would create some openings, and those guys were really bringing it in the bullpen today.
You could have them playing rugby. You could have them as your linebackers. Not sure they could skate. Adele swings through that. But it'd be fun to see.
Pretty good secondary pitches working already in this game for Flexen. We saw that. He pitched some good games against the Angels last year.
Tom Murphy behind the plate for the M's. They made a lot of moves, a lot of trades. Talk about their acquisitions. I mentioned 19 times for Scott Service. Joe Madden squaring off 1 and 2. And Joe Adell goes down swinging. That's an impressive first inning.
This spring training game telecast on MLB Network is presented by Camping World, making RVing fun and easy since 1966. Visit campingworld.com today.
Camping season starts now. Shop the nation's largest selection of pre-owned RVs only at Camping World.
Whether you're looking for something on the small side or the medium side, or, wow, that's really big, Zillow can help you find the right home and the right financing solutions. For financing made simple, there's no place like Zillow.
This is your invitation to experience all the feelings inspired by Lexus at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
Get special offers on the 2022 ES350.
This is Antonelli's Cheese Shop.
And we're the Antonellis.
Do good, eat good.
That's our mission.
We chose our Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because it gives us unlimited 2% cash back on everything we buy.
And it has no preset spending limit, so our purchasing power adapts to our business needs. We use our 2% cash back to help cover our employees' healthcare costs.
And that's how we take care of our most valuable asset.
Our people. It may sound cheesy,
but we like it that way.
What's in your wallet?
We've got your back, Road Warriors. Because we know you want to get back to going your speed. Steering life at 10 and 2. You're hitting the road. And we're helping you get there with confidence. Soon, you'll get back to skipping the counter without missing a beat. Back to choosing any car in the aisle. Back to being the boss of you. Go National. Go like a pro.
Strike it out. A women's baseball team just being absolutely nasty, taking no prisoners.
Well, the conversation was in batting practice, he would hit mammoth home runs, but during the game, he's thinking about getting on base. He was a table setter. But boy, he had a lot of power. He could hit the ball a long way when he wanted to.
Well, here's Reid Detmers making his first start of the spring. Have to be excited for this opportunity for the 22-year-old 10th overall selection for 2020 out of Louisville.
Stuff is there. You just got to be commanding the strike zone to set up your secondary pitches to get outs. And my go-tos for Reid Detmers to have a solid game here today is you got to make sure you use that curveball and spin that curveball well, that 12-6 break, and use his changeup for outs. He's got a good changeup, that little fade changeup, especially against the right-handed batters.
J.P. Crawford, Lakewood High School, ground ball, Velasquez. It's a nice start for Mr. Detmers. Have you had a chance to speak to Detmers as we show you the defense behind this young man? I'm excited to see he has a chance to certainly, crack this starting rotation. Defense for the Halos, Adele Marsh and Taylor Ward is in right field. It's Jose Rojas at third base. Jack Mayfield at short. We just saw Andrew Velasquez make that place at second base. And at first is Jake Gatewood. And catching for Detmers today is Matt Dice.
I haven't had a chance to have a long conversation with Reid, just to be able to say hi to him, but I love that first out, soft contact on the ground for Reid. Nice job getting back in the count, getting out on the ground.
Newest member of the Mariners is Jesse Winker, acquired in a trade Cincinnati Reds. He's an all-star, very, very good player. Saw his numbers with the Reds hitting over 300. 24 home runs, 71 ribbies, played 110 games. Beautiful pitch. It's that curveball.
Good feel for his curveball, spinning it up there. It's not easy to do, especially when you haven't thrown that a lot. First game out. I'll see if we get him to chase one of them, or you have a chance to run a high fastball, especially the plane you set up with 2 curveballs.
It's the setup pitch, 1-2 now. What's in the arsenal for Mr. Detmers in a situation like this, 1-2 against a great hitter?
Well, he's got a fastball 91-95. He said a slider. We tried that one after his 2 slow curveballs, changeup. I still think a high fastball might not be a bad pitch.
He gets him looking, great pitch there. And a great start for Reid Detmers.
A razor blade slider on the outside part of the plate. So 2 curveballs, 2 sliders. Especially in a condensed spring training, Patrick, to have that feel for all your pitches. When you go, we used to always say when you're in Florida, you go north, or here you go west or south here. When you're out here in Arizona for the Cactus League, you want to make sure you're ready with all your secondary pitches, because if you can command them early in the season, you'll get a lot of quick outs. Hitters mostly hitting fastballs in spring training, and a condensed one even more so important for that secondary pitch.
Go ahead, Gooby. Ty France fouls that one back right towards us. Here's that arsenal that you're talking about.
Yeah, 40%. That 4-seamer runs it upstairs. Got to command both sides of the plate with that, though. Curveball, 26 slider. There's that sinker down in the zone, but his changeup, I think you're going to see that percentage of changeups for Reid Detmers increase this season.
Angels' top prospect, Reid Detmers. Tough situation for him to start his baseball career, Mark, because he had COVID situation, and he was at the camp in last year, 5 games. This could be the breakout season. I'm sure you remember what it was like early in your career, from the first spring training to the next.
And even talking to Matt Weiss today or Joe Madden, I think sometimes as a pitcher you give the hitters too much credit. When you have 4 pitches like Reid Detmers, you don't even think about who's coming to play and think what I have to do to go out and compete, and I will be successful. Any young pitcher, when you give too much credit to hitter, that's when you run into problems.
And he gets Ty France. 1-2-3 for Reid Detmers.
Hitting the road? Not all 5G networks are created equal. T-Mobile covers more interstate highway miles with 5G than Verizon. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
The mountains or the seashore? Into the city or far from it? You and all your friends, or just you and the open sky? The experiences we never forget come from the choices we make, including this one, the Wagoneer, or the Grand Wagoneer. Grand Adventures. The choice is yours.
With Downy Infusions, let the scent set the mood. Feel the difference with Downy.
And I walk out, and my car is dented.
Well, Geico does offer 24/7 claim service with personalised attention from an assigned team.
24/7? That's a lot of attention.
They're not actually with you 24/7. They're just available whenever you need them.
Oh, okay, good. Because I took an online quiz, and it turns out I'm an introvert.
I actually think I'm an introvert, too.
Oh, no, it's incredibly rare.
I don't think that's right.
Sorry.
Okay.
Geico, your claims team is here for you 24/7.
Goodbye, Speed Demon.
No matter what you call your car or why you're letting it go, AutoNation will buy it, get paid on the spot, and you can deposit it the same day. Visit any AutoNation store or AutoNation.com.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories at one of your Central Florida Chevy dealers today.
So long, happy little blue car?
No matter what you call your car or why you're letting it go, AutoNation will buy it. So go to AutoNation.com or come see us for a super easy appraisal. Get paid on the spot. What drives you drives us.
He brushed that one out left center. He's got some serious power when he stays within his swing and not trying to lift the baseball up, just hit line drive. He can still create that power and lift on it.
So you see Jack Mayfield, his numbers last year with the 10 home runs. Spoke with him briefly this morning, and we saw him yesterday on the field with his family.
That was so cool. That was so cool.
And Blaine, team photographer for the Angels, taking some great shots, tremendous lighting. We have a much more cloud coverage here today, this afternoon. Low 70s is what it feels like. But the first game, there was absolutely no clouds. But yesterday, Blaine said it was perfect for the photos, and Jack's wife is already asking nicely, can we see the? Have you sent over the photos yet?
Yeah, that was so good to see that. They were having so much fun on the field. But that makes you feel good. That's when you feel things are almost somewhat normal.
And Jack Mayfield wants to make it difficult, on the Angels to make a decision. What do you think his chances are of breaking camp with this club?
What he did last year in a number of different defensive positions, showing some power, and playing solid defense, not just defense, but solid defense at short and at third base. He's got a real good shot. I mean, it's going to be a tough decision to make, but it's a decision Joe said today he's happy to be able to make because it's a difficult one. And not one to, okay, but this guy's going to make the team. It's a tough choice all the way through.
Grounds out to Eugenio Suarez, another new member. The Seattle Mariners. Brings up Jose Rojas. Also has that versatility. We've seen him in right field. We've seen him at third base, and we've certainly seen the pop that we just showed you, that home run.
What a double play he turned yesterday at third base after diving for a line drive with the bases loaded in right center to prevent a 3-run double the day before.
Seen some really nice things from the Angels in the first two games. And one thing that Joe Madden brought up was, let's not forget about the play that Joe Adell made in left field to keep the runner at first base, to allow Rojas to turn that 5-4-3 double play. Swing and a miss. So take a look at the defense.
That's a tough play, tough hop, quickly gets around. Velasquez quick turn to be able to get a 5-4-3, and then he crushes his baseball over Rojas.
It was majestic is what it was. And there's a drive. That could be trouble in the gap, coming over. And trouble. That one drops, and Rojas is going to go into second base.
Well, he knew we were showing a defensive and hitting package, so here he comes through with a double.
Haniger looked like he had a read on that one, but unable to make the play.
Going back to that versatility, guys be able to play a number of different positions and hit the ball that well on a changeup. That was a good changeup by Flexen. Rojas to stay right with it, right center.
Yeah, that one just seemed to drop. Pretty windy afternoon, winds blowing in. Look at the flags at the top of the batter's eye. Again, a lot of cloud coverage. A little more cooler weather here today for this time of year in Arizona. And you can see Taylor Ward now at the plate.
Boy, anything hit in the air is going to be difficult, whether it's an outfielder or even an infielder, a high pop-up. Everything's going to be, you're going to have to really make sure communication is there amongst your infielders and outfielders and run that down today.
Chance for Taylor Ward to drive in Jose Rojas. 2 or 3 club win here for you, Mark, do you think?
Yeah, at least that. Although Trouty was talking about his golf game today, it probably doesn't matter to him. I was joking around and said, hey, did you get Thor out there to play golf? And he goes, I couldn't imagine what he would do with a golf ball. He hasn't got him out there yet.
I know you like to save some of the good conversation that you have with Trout for the interview, for when we air it. Can you give us just a little taste of what it was like talking to Trout?
I'll give you a quick little nugget. He was talking about how great it is now for, just being around his family and stuff all the time. And Beckham really knowing it. He goes, Daddy, when are you going to start hitting the baseball? So he knows it, so he actually puts it on the tee for him. And he said, one thing you got to remember is to get out of the way when you put it on the tee. Don't stand in front. It might not work out good for you.
Did you catch the video when Mike Trout, it was I think it was his dad, right? Jeff was pitching to him, and then they had people, you know, just regular people on Twitter breaking down Trout's swing, and a lot of people were very critical, not knowing that it was the 3-time MVP. Some baseball coach was like, I think his hips are opening up a little bit too soon. Fly ball, left field. Winker is there to make the catch. Rojas.
Well, you can see this, how aggressive the Angels are going to be. They're going to force an outfielder to make the play and get the baseball in quickly. Even though you don't want to make that third out at third base when you're at second, you're already in scoring position, but you're going to force that throw. You never know, you can throw it wide. He's back there, and he knows he can still get back, but he's going to force him to make that throw. He wants to see what type of arm he has. So now Phil Nevin, as a third base coach, thinks, all right, if the ball's hit the Winker, I could potentially send Rojas home because I'm seeing exactly what kind of arm he had in left field.
Just like when you were managing Chaminade. This is exactly what you were teaching your kids.
You just want to see the arm strength, because if that you're forcing him to hit good throw, and you see what kind of arm he has, and now you can take that extra base.
So here's Matt Thaiss, first pitch swinging. And Winker coming in. Talk about that wind, and it drops, and Rojas is able to score. 1-0 Angels. RBI for Matt Thaiss. So with 2 outs, Rojas able to score easily.
That's almost a knockdown pitching wedge for Matt Thaiss. Gets it in there in front of Winker in left field.
So that's 2 baseballs that the outfielders misjudged. Clearly the wind, Mark, having some impact on the ball game so far here in Peoria. What do you think of the park here?
Always liked it here.
We'll see about Jake Gatewood, former top prospect in the Brewers organization, 41st overall. A lot of power. Gatewood won the junior home run derby at Citi Field. He was just in high school. Last season's numbers with Salt Lake, 227, 28 home runs.
When you see the win here today, this comparing the different leagues in spring training, Grapefruit League compared to Cactus League. Cactus League is so good. Everything, you mentioned the stadium here, all the stadiums are beautiful. They're close. Travel is easy. You can have your workout at your home facility, then just drive up to the ballpark like the Angels did today. So much better here. Everything's closer. The weather's more consistent.
And what, it's just miserable in the Grapefruit League?
There's some, when you're in the upper part of, we were in Orlando for a while. Initially, we were in Fort Myers. There's about a 10 to 15 degree difference between being in Fort Myers as compared to Orlando. Everything's a lot of 2-3 hour bus trips. And you get rain there, you get wind. There are 2, 3, 4 club winds down there. So it's a little more inconsistent as far as the weather and the travel in the Grapefruit League.
Ground ball. Shortstop booted by Crawford. E6.
Now that doesn't happen often. Gold Glove winner at shortstop.
You could say that again. Sorry, I thought you were going to say that again.
I was going to do that. I said, no, I don't want to waste it early on.
It's just try out all the stuff here, spring training.
I was so close.
All right. You're taking it easy on me. I see how it is. All right, well, that gives an opportunity for the DH, Braxton Martinez. Career minor leaguer, hasn't really made it past A-ball.
Independent league?
Not. Yeah, it's a good story. Here he is, spring training with the Halos, DHing.
That game 1, he had a nice shot right center for a double.
That's right, a couple of hits game 1. Top 2, 2 on, 2 out. DH Braxton Martinez, the number 9 hitter for the Halos, facing Chris Flexen. Probably doesn't see that too often in independent ball. It'd be a great matchup for him, though. It's an opportunity. That's all you're asking for. And here's the 0-2.
That's a difference. You're at the major league level and you're a hitter. You're facing a guy with 14-game winner last year, 0-2 count. It's not going to be one of those up and in one. It's a purpose for this pitch. That's a breaking ball, little cutter, just barely off the plate. When you hear the fans saying ooh and ah, so that means as a hitter you're more apt to expand your strike zone.
And Flexen comes back and gets Martinez to strike out, but the Angels get one.
This is your invitation to experience all the feelings inspired by Lexus at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
Get special offers on the 2022 ES350.
Getting the perfect home is a journey, so we help you find it, tour it, and own it. For moving made simple, there's no place like Zillow.
For March Madness, the Dave single is just $1 in the Wendy's app. Reg!
Lunchtime, baby.
Lunchtime indeed, Rich.
Get a hot and juicy Dave single for just $1 in the app. Choose wise. Choose Wendy's.
Does your windshield have a crack? Trust SafeLight. This customer had auto glass damage, but he was busy working from home. So he scheduled with SafeLight in just a few clicks. We came to his house. Then we got to work. We replaced his windshield and installed new wipers to protect his new glass while he finished his meeting. Let SafeLight come to you.
Looks great. Thank you.
My pleasure. That's service on your time. Schedule now.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
Sarah, you said you were buying a car today.
Dad, it's 4 a.m.
Yeah, I stayed up and crunched all the numbers.
I already used Capital One Auto Navigator. I found my car online and got pre-qualified instantly.
Oh, online, honey, now that can affect your credit score.
It didn't, Dad. Then I got my real rate and monthly payment. Now I just need to head to the dealership for a test drive and purchase.
Sounds easy.
Yeah, it is.
Well, since we're both up, who wants French toast? What's in your wallet?
Where he was throwing it over almost 57%. You got Reid Detmers at a little over 50%. That's McCullers Jr. always throwing that curveball and slider himself. So if you have a feel for those two pitches, very, very effective for Reid Detmers.
Detmers is certainly facing the A club for the Mariners here this afternoon. Team that won 90 games last year. Mitch Haniger. Detmers two-time All-American at Louisville. Last season, Mark, 1-3, 5 starts, an ERA over 7. What's the takeaway for him from that season? Throw that one out.
You just learn. I mean, there was times I thought he was overthrowing, missing spots with his fastball, because you need to be able to hit your spots with your fastball to set up those secondary pitches with the breaking ball, because they weren't going after it. But if you're ahead of the count or show that you can throw the curveball and slider for a strike on occasion, then you expand the strike zone and get some swing and misses. I expect that a lot, because a lot of times you want to show so much. You really didn't have a whole lot of professional career time on the mound. Here you are at the major league level facing the best of teams when he came up. That's a good experience for him. You learn from that and get better.
1-2 to Haniger. 2-2. You know, for Detmers, how many starts do you think he'll be able to get here in spring training?
Guessing they're going to get anywhere between probably around 4.
4? Okay.
Because they're going to get a number of games down in the B games and minor league games, a number of these guys. Shohei's on the mound. Shohei Ohtani on the mound tomorrow.
Yeah, we can't say that enough.
But also Patrick Sandoval's throwing tomorrow too in a minor league game. So all the pitchers are going to get that. I know Syndergaard is going to be doing that same thing on Tuesday. So the guys are going to get their starts in there. They're going to build that up. You know, Lorenzen is going to be up there around 60-plus pitches the next time around. So these guys are getting their pitches up there. It's going to be to the point where 4 starts, probably they're going to be 5, maybe 6 innings at the beginning of the season. And with the bullpen the Angels have, it's going to be very, very solid.
3rd straight strikeout for Reid Detmers. Gets that past Haniger. I just think it's only 3 weeks of spring training, not 6. Reid Detmers just has 3 good outings. I don't see how he's not in the Angels rotation to start the season.
Another new addition to this Mariner team. Adam Frazier was an excellent hitter with the Pirates. Struggled with the Padres last year. He's a guy that puts the ball in play quite effectively.
Frazier, also a former All-Star. So here are the candidates: Ohtani, Syndergaard, Sandoval, Suarez, Lorenzen, Berea out of options, and Detmers. So Berea, if he doesn't, crack the starting rotation, fooled him there. Nice pitch.
It's a really good pitch. What did Perry Manassian tell us yesterday? More than likely, you're seeing 10, 11 starters, maybe more during the course of the season, especially a season like this. So maybe if you're not in that initial rotation, you might see him as the season progresses. Now that's
another one.
Is a great sequence for a guy that makes a lot of contact. You throw a breaking ball, the pitch before, and then you go upstairs with a four-seamer. Tied him up, no contact. Good balance, powers through that one. I love his landing, that landing foot, keeping that front shoulder in, creating deception. I thought times last year he was a little quicker, that front shoulder opened up. Hitter saw the baseball out of his hand just a little bit longer than normal. So far today, they're not seeing the ball well out of his hand.
To the tune of 4 straight strikeouts, 3 of those swinging. Eugenio Suarez is now the batter for the Mariners. Here in the bottom of the second with the Angels up 1-0. Suarez line drive. First hit of the ball game for the Mariners.
We start him off with a changeup, and then a fastball at 94. Suarez able to hit it in the left field.
And here's a great matchup with 2 of the top prospects in all of baseball, Reid Detmers and Jarred Kelenic. Kelenic got his opportunities last year, but certainly did struggle mightily at the dish.
But you can see with his swing and his defense in the outfield, he's going to be a special player. He's got a real good swing. That's a good pitch there, tied him up. These two teams are going to be battling this year. It's going to be a lot of fun like it has been in the past. Some great Seattle teams when you go back in the early 2000s with Ichiro. This is going to be a lot of fun watching these two teams go at it 19 times in the season.
A couple of doubleheaders mixed in there, Mark, and the first time that the Angels will see the Mariners, it's going to be five games, and not till June.
And when you play a team in a 5-game series, that could get real interesting.
Get a little
really
little feisty out there.
Yeah, good chance.
We all look forward to that. This pitch. So a great look at Reid Detmers. Shohei Ohtani will pitch for the Angels tomorrow at home.
Who?
Shohei Ohtani. Showtime. 1-2. Got him.
Hey, Google.
Making the choice to go back to work is a big decision. But this time, I have my own job description. You know, my terms.
On a road trip, do you need power or optimum power? If that battery in your kid's toy dies, you are in for a long ride. So upgrade to Optimum. Duracell Optimum.
I bid you to love.
The overtime went into overtime. What do? You turn to DiGiorno to be MVP. MV Pizza. Fresh baked taste. The winning move. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
The mountains or the seashore? Into the city or far from it? The experiences we never forget come from the choices we make. the Wagoneer, or the Grand Wagoneer. Grand Adventures. The choice is yours.
Get 0.9% financing for 60 months on the all-new Wagoneer Series 2 and Series 3. Go to Wagoneer.com to find a certified Wagoneer dealer near you.
Showing up to his introductory press conference wearing number 27, here is Suzuki about why he chose to wear number 27.
Mike Trout, I love you.
All right, short, sweet, and to the point. Now, actually, he said it was Hiroki Kuroda that introduced him to watching Mike Trout play baseball. Suzuki said he stayed up all night the night before his press conference to learn how to say Mike Trout, I love you, in English. I actually asked Mike about it yesterday. He told me he was out to dinner the other night. He got the notification about the video about him saying that. He said, I can't wait to meet him, guys.
Yeah, when he was asked that about what you said about Trout, what was Mike's reaction? Did he just have a big smile on his face?
Absolutely. He was so, I think, flattered by the addition to the Japanese slugger for the Cubs roster. Of course, he's so humble because he's such a great player in this game, but he loved hearing the soundbite from his press conference. He thought it was so cool to see.
That was so good. I'm just smiling when I hear that. Mike Trout, I love you. That is so good.
Thank you, Erica Weston, with us this season. Awesome to have her as Flexen gets Velasquez swinging for out number 1 here, top of the 3rd inning in Peoria.
Interesting that first time out going into the 3rd inning. Starters getting a little stretched out. That's what it used to always be in spring training. And I remember even going back, we mentioned already that 95 spring training where it was condensed because it's, you know, the lockout strike was all the way into spring training, so you only had a short period of time to get ready.
Brandon Marsh, ground ball, first pitch. France retires him for out number 2 for Flexen. In that year, Mark Ubaza, in 1995, you made over 30 starts and had well over 200 innings pitched. And that led baseball.
Yeah, my mindset, spring training, you know, even if I only have 2, 3, maybe 4 starts, I'll be ready to go. I had already prepared physically, mentally by continuing the work. That's what a lot of the players, even coming into camp, they've all said the same thing. They were already ready to throw 50, 60 pitches. A lot of times you try to make sure you don't stretch them out too quickly in a game scenario, but bullpen sessions, you're already stretched out.
So here's Joe Adell.
With Straley, Dan Straley the other day was already up at 60 pitches. And he went into that 3rd inning against the Angels the other day. So,
and the idea for Shohei tomorrow is about 45, 50 pitches.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Unless it's a quick 2 innings, you know, like we saw the other day from Lorenzen, and then just get a little work out back.
Yeah, that was funny. I asked Mike about that, Michael, and he says, you know what? I was thinking about doing it. He goes, no, but I felt pretty good. I didn't need to go down there and waste any pitches. I said, I love that. Why waste the pitches down to the bullpen? You did your job.
Oh, he didn't go out there and throw anymore?
He was going to it. He goes, no, I'm good. I'll be ready to go 60 pitches my next time. He was throwing a little bullpen session today. The amazing thing is Shohei is throwing some side work today, and he's pitching tomorrow. But that's been his routine. Well, he'll go off the mound the day before he starts. The Atlanta Braves pitchers all did that back in the day. Heads up. Smoltzy and Glavine and Maddox, they would have 2 bullpen sessions in between their starts, and that's a 5-man rotation. So you have a bullpen, you have your day after, you have your work at a bullpen, day off, little bullpen, light bullpen, and then your game. That worked out pretty good for those guys.
2-2 to Adell. Fouls that one back again. Shohei will not hit tomorrow. He's only going to pitch. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. I mean, it's all about getting the feel for the pitching part. We know, and we've seen that magical season last year, he was able to do both and do it very, very well, hitting on the day he pitched. But the concentration now, because of that condensed spring for Shohei, is on his pitching.
Adell lifts that one. Right side out of play. I also had a chance to chat with Joe when we were watching all of the Angels starters throw with Syndergaard, with Ohtani, with Sandoval, Lorenzen. And he was just marveling at the work that Ohtani puts in, and the fact that he doesn't have to say anything to him because they film everything. And I asked him, I said, when does Shohei have time to go back to watch all this video? He said, this is all he does.
Yeah.
He is programmed to do this. And he lives and breathes baseball, and Joe just does not want to get in the way of anything.
His work ethic, his discipline, his desire to be the very best in the world and to get this team to the postseason. You know, Trouty said it today to me. Ohtani said the same thing. Noah Syndergaard said the same thing. All we care about is the playoffs. That's it. The other numbers, they'll take care of itself, but playoffs. It's a good battle here.
Yeah, sure is. Nice play. No glove necessary. Yeah, I'll give you a thumbs up. Well done. There's the picture. To the gram. Honey, will you post that for me? Throw it up here. Gooby will sign it. Unless they want Riz. 3-2, 2 outs, third inning. Flexen, Adele, a battle. Oh, off the glove. Adele runs well, but Flexen's there to retire. Joe Adele at first base.
Getting the incredible iPhone 13 without T-Mobile makes as much sense as playing hide and seek in the desert.
Really, guys?
T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places. And now, when you switch, you can get iPhone 13 on us at T-Mobile.
Whether you're looking for something on the small side or the medium side, or, wow, that's really big, Zillow can help you find the right home and the right financing solutions. For financing made simple, there's no place like Zillow.
Does your windshield have a crack? Trust Safelite. This customer had auto glass damage, but he was busy working from home. So he scheduled with Safelite in just a few clicks. We came to his house. Then we got to work. We replaced his windshield and installed new wipers to protect his new glass. While he finished his meeting, let Safelite come to you.
That's great. Thank you.
Our pleasure. That's service on your time. Schedule now.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
This year, make good on your resolution to join a community that knows no bounds. Gather with more friends, experiencing places unknown. And become part of a family that knows the best adventures are the ones we share. Embrace each day, knowing that no matter where you go, it'll be one you never forget.
Shop and buy online with Jeep eShop, where right now, get 0% financing for 72 months on select 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee models.
I know it doesn't seem like it right now, but we are here to help you, Angela.
You think I'm crazy?
Well, sometimes that's how the world is. The worst thing you can do is try to make sense of it.
I want to be better.
You okay?
I'm okay.
Nice suits. You guys blend right in.
The world needs you back.
I'm retired, Greg. You know this.
People are taking financial advice from memes.
I'll get my onesies.
E-Trade, now from Morgan Stanley.
Batman can fight crime, but only you can bring home the Batman calzone from Little Caesars with pizza and calzone crust. So you tell us, who's the real hero? Walk in and walk out with the Batman calzone and see the Batman in theaters March 4th.
Pizza, pizza.
Talked about go-tos using that changeup for outs. Did not throw one changeup to a left-handed batter last year. A perfect one there. Finish off that inning.
That's incredible that he did not throw one changeup lefty on lefty last year. I'll ask you about that in a second, but let's say hello to Jansen Junk. Last season with the Halos, acquired in the Andrew Heaney trade. And we had a chance to see him make his MLB debut in September. And what are we expecting from Junk? What do you like about him, and what pitch selection does he go with?
Well, you know, last year he was put into some tough situations also, and I thought his fastball was pretty good. It's not an overpowering fastball. It's going to be settling in around that 91-94 range, about 52%. Slider's good, curveball, and changeup. Same thing as we saw with Detmers. So pitches, a lot of them from Junk. Very important to be able to hit those spots with those pitches.
If I could just follow up on Detmers. with only 28 pitchers. Flexen goes 3. He only goes 2. Is there any reason why Detmers couldn't go out there again and get stretched out to around 40 or 45 pitches?
Well, you're also running into, as a manager, Joe Madden wants to see other pitchers get their work in too. So sometimes, you know, a guy gets in there and so efficient, like we saw with Michael Lorenzen the other day. Same thing at Reid Detmers. But there's times where you want to go 2 innings and they're out in their 40 to 45 range, and you have to bring somebody in the bullpen. So it's something where you're not going to push the guy to the 3 innings because it's still get up and down. Warm, get cold, warm, get cold. You haven't done that in a while, especially for young pitchers. So I think it's a wise decision.
Expected to see not only Jansen Junk, but AJ Ramos, Jaime Barria, Oliver Ortega, Jose Marte. See Matt Weiss, Joe Madden. Had a chance to see Matt also today, and he said, we'll be talking. Everybody in such a great mood with the Halos, and feeling good about that one too, as Junk gets Murphy. Swing miss for out number 1.
Break a ball. Pitchers always ahead of the game. If you have a feel for your breaking pitches in spring training, you have a pretty good shot at being successful. And even in the beginning part of the season. So that's a field pitch. Guys for a long time would just go fastball, changeup, then finally incorporate their secondary pitches. But well, they're throwing their sliders and curveballs and splitters from the first day of camp because they've been ready. They've been working out hard all winter long.
Well, Jansen Junk, as Perry Manassian told us yesterday, you're going to use 11, 12 starting pitchers throughout the season. And Jansen Junk, as he faces Cal Raleigh right here, is certainly in the mix right there.
Yep. I mean, there's a lot of depth. It's another one of those big, powerful hitters for Seattle. Big draft pick. Cal Raleigh's got power, a lot of power. Solid DH in the name, but usually a really good defensive catcher. So there's some challenges in every guy coming out of the bullpen. Reid Detmers in the start. This is their lineup right now. This is their probably opening day lineup for Seattle. And I love that. When you're facing an opponent in spring training, you want the big boys to be out there because it's a challenge. And then you know exactly what you have to do to compete against them. Reid Detmers certainly competed. Threw the ball exceptionally well.
That was great to see. I don't know, Angels fans are just jonesing for some starting pitching on this club. And they've got a lot of good ones in camp. Need to stay healthy. 3-1 now to Raleigh. Angels have implemented the shift on Cal. Andrew Velasquez is in the outfield grass. Jose Rojas is over to the right side of second base. And he walks him. Where would you rank Seattle as far as the additions that they added to their club? We've talked, and listen, the AL Cy Young Award winner, and Robbie Ray has joined this club, and then Frazier, Winker, and Suarez as your everyday position players, but that's a big get for Robbie Ray.
Yeah, when you can add those type of players on your roster after all the leaps and bounds and success they had last year for a team that had not been above that 500 mark for a long, long time. So some of the younger players succeeded, and now you bring in that veteran presence. They're going to be a very, very difficult team to deal with this entire season. Their bullpen was great. A lot of no names out of their bullpen did an outstanding job. Some pretty good starting pitching. Their everyday lineup is really, really dangerous, and they can catch the ball.
J.P. Crawford fouls that one back. Crawford grounded out his first time at bat. Just a tremendous player. Of course, they had an injury to Lewis, Kyle Lewis, last year. Didn't get to see a lot of him, right? Center field. He's a tremendous player. That I think Seattle will be a very difficult team to face this season. Revamped bullpen, not necessarily revamped, but strengthened, certainly. Jansen Junk, again acquired in that Andrew Heaney trade.
Mike Crawford, a big-time prospect drafted by the Phillies. Just never quite got to that level everyone expected. Well, he's got to that level now with Seattle. He is a very good all-around player. Can run, can hit, field.
And he's just got that vibe, Mark. He has the energy. He's a great clubhouse guy, keeps it loose, has a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, Dave Sims, who does the play-by-play on the TV side for Seattle, said he is such a great influence on his teammates.
Oh, hot shot. It gets by Gatewood into the corner. Ward is over. And that's a one-out double. And now runners second and third for the Mariners. Raleigh to third base after his walk. So now 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. So Jansen Junk, the base open.
That break ball, this is more of the plate than Jansen Junk wanted to have at. As you get off the base, hold the base runner, and Gatewood tried to quickly get off there to be able to feel that, maybe start to turn the body to throw to the second, but it got underneath his glove. That was hit well by Crawford.
So now Jansen Junk has to deal with Jesse Winker with runners at second and third and 1 out. Angels have a 1-0 lead here, bottom of the 3rd inning.
A lot of power in this lineup for Seattle. There's also a lot of swing and misses. But you got to get ahead. They are aggressive first and second pitch.
First pitch swinging, hit well, center field. Marsh unable to get there. That's going to score 2. And Jesse Winker with a stand-up double scores 2 runs, and it's 2-1 Mariners. Well, Gooby, exactly what you said. You said they're going to be aggressive on the first and second pitch, something as a pitcher you have to be aware of.
Yeah, you don't want to get this think, okay, I got to get ahead of the count by throwing something towards the middle of the plane. That's exactly what happened for Jansen Junk. And Winker, a lot of power drives that one to dead center field. Drives in 2 with a double. Doesn't mean you don't throw a fastball there, but if you throw a fastball there, that's when you go about a half a baseball off the outside corner.
First pitch swinging here for Ty France. That one hit to right field. Ward able to make the catch. And Winker's going to tag up, go to third. We have 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. So yeah, they are being very aggressive here.
Just like everything they've been working on in spring training, even though it's only be a little over about a week to 10 days. Where as soon as that ball is to right center field, get right back to the base as a base runner to go over and tag over to go third. Because if he doesn't catch it, you're going to walk home anyhow. But now you're a third base with a chance to potentially score a run if there's a break a ball or something off speed in the dirt.
Right fielder Mitch Haniger now up, 2 outs. Ball 1. Good start for your day, Mark. Pretzel was needed, and
yes,
nice soft pretzel for you. You saw that stand, you didn't miss it. Should have rankings in pretzels here in Cactus League. Holcomb Stadium had no pretzels.
No.
And didn't open up their concessions until way late.
I'm looking forward to the pretzels. I love the pretzels at Tempe Diablo Stadium, though. You might have to send me a couple home with you.
It's #1 for sure. I didn't want to lead with that, but we know that Tempe Diablo Stadium has everything that a great fan, Angel fan, needs. 15 games here in Cactus League, leading up to the Freeway Series versus the Dodgers, April 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And then we'll see you at the Big A, right around the corner. Just thrilled to have baseball back. 2-1.
It is crazy. You think it feels like it's a long ways away, but it's the 20th of March already. It's right around the corner, opening day. It's unbelievable. But everyone's working hard. The energy at the fields early. Guys are getting there like at 7 in the morning, ready to working out already in the morning.
Check swing foul. Jansen Junk on the hill, 2 outs. 2 runs in for the Mariners. What would be the ideal length for spring training for you, Mark?
I know hitters think 30, 32 games is long, but I think anywhere between 25 to 30, that allows all the pitchers to get the proper work in as far as getting the pitch count up, working all your pitches, getting everybody a chance, your closer, all your relievers a chance to go out and throw against the very best.
And Jansen Junk is going to get out of this inning As Jack Mayfield able to catch that one, but the Mariners score 2.
Hello, Gordon Ramsay. NFL teams are turning to cold with Tide. Will you?
That will never work.
If it works on NFL jerseys, it'll work for you.
Seriously? Just perfect.
And it'll save you up to $150 a year.
And it's cold.
So you will turn to cold?
Fine, I'll turn to cold.
That guy needs to chill out.
This was a cold call.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
I'll take Barkley.
Yes, I still got it. I told her she'd pick me first.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
This is your invitation to experience all the feelings inspired by Lexus at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
Get special offers on the 2022 ES350.
I'm gonna keep on loving you, 'cause it's the only thing I wanna do.
Turns out everyone does sound better in the shower.
And it turns out the General is a quality insurance company that's been saving people money for nearly 60 years. 'Cause it's the only thing I will do. I never stop.
Can't unhear that.
For a great low rate and nearly 60 years of quality coverage, make the right call and go with the General.
The overtime went into overtime. What do? You turn to DiGiorno to be MVP. MV Pizza. Fresh baked taste. The win and move. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Getting the perfect home is a journey. So we help you find it, tour it, and own it. For moving made simple, there's no place like Zillow.
Imagine you got a chance to have your son, Chad, and kids out there on the field when you were young.
Yeah, father-kids games they were so much fun. Absolutely the best time.
New pitcher for the Mariners, Anthony Misevich is in. 2-1 Mariners lead over the Angels here, top 4. Speaking of Jack Mayfield, he's at the dish for the Halos. And he pops that one up. Catch is made by Crawford, 1 down. He was very emphatic that he had that baseball, Mark.
Communication, especially when you have a new teammate. It's so used to having Kyle Seager there forever playing third base for Seattle. Now Suarez playing third base.
It was emotional last year for Seager. We had a chance to witness that. A lot of tears. He meant so much to the Mariners organization.
And even Texas called him up and said, hey, would you want to play by your brother in Texas for the Rangers, play third base? And he says, you know, I'm really having fun with my family. I'm staying home. But he was a tough player for a lot of years. Gold Glove winner, third, a doubles machine throughout his career. And there he is in the stands. He came to watch the game.
Couldn't get him any better seats and got Ichiro down in the dugout. I know things were a little tense with Kyle and the organization there, but really? I love watching the Seagers because they're like their own chiropractors. They would just constantly, especially Kyle, adjusting their necks.
Really, really good player. Fantastic career.
Misevich, the lefty for the Mariners. Jose Rojas, second at bat, had that double run scored back in the second inning for the Angels.
Yeah, there was a cut fastball and a curveball, a lot of them, but also his fastball, average fastball over 94 miles an hour last year.
2-2. Taylor Ward on deck. We'll see Shohei Ohtani pitching tomorrow against the Royals at Tempe Diablo Stadium. For the Angels, Mike Trout back in the lineup. Wonder when we'll see Anthony Rendon. Could be
supposed to be early this next week. Same thing with Matt Duffy. Could be a Tuesday or Wednesday range, if not possibly even tomorrow.
Three-two. Rojas draws the walk.
Nice at bat for Rojas. Didn't give in. Tough lefty on the mound. Didn't chase a couple of break balls. Tried to go inside on a fastball just off the plate. Very comfortable against left-handed pitching.
Taylor Ward, flew out to left field. Back in the second inning. Homered yesterday. First pitch swinging. Flies this one to right field. Haniger drifts back, makes the catch. And look at that, tagging up. Aggressive base running. Rojas takes second base.
Well, I love to see that. You're seeing a right fielder, even though Mitch Haniger, a pretty good arm at it, right? Used to have a really good, solid arm. A lot of time in the major leagues, but he's going to take that shot because he sees him drifting back on it, so it's a more difficult throw. Take that shot, get into scoring position. I thought he's got a base hit last time with a runner in scoring position, but anytime you see an outfielder going back, it's more difficult to get a lot behind the throw. Good decision by Rojas to tag up and get into second.
Benji Gill, first base coach, former Angel player, and how much does he have a say in that play for Rojas going over to second?
Yeah, he's helping him out and reading and saying he's going back, take a shot. Part of that 2002 World Series champion Angel team. So excited to be back with the Angels.
Joe was thrilled to just talk about what a great job these coaches are doing. Got some pretty good ones at the corners here. And Benji Gill and Phil Nevin, third base coach. It's Matt Thaiss has the Angels RBI. The base hit back in the second. Takes a strike. 0-2. Mariners have Thaiss played to pull with the shift. See if we can get a little two-out knock here. There's ball one.
Lefties hit 261 versus Musevich last year. Righties 294.
Wind still blowing in on cloudy day here in Peoria. Musevich 1-2 to Thaiss. He takes ball two. Rojas second base. He scored the Angels' first run, looking to score the second. Only meeting of the spring training here between the Angels and the Mariners. Mariners opening with 3 straight home games. Two and two, 2 outs. Foul back.
It is a 162 game schedule, but talking to everybody the last couple of the days, the importance of getting off to a quick start, building up momentum, because you're going to have some ups and downs during the course of a season, but a quick start builds a lot of confidence when you have a number of new players on your team.
Matt Thaiss catching today for the Angels. Seen him used in various different positions in the infield, and hits that one right field, hits that one well. Haniger goes back. Thaiss long gone. Home run, 2-run shot with 2 outs, and the Angels, they take a 3-2 lead.
That's just a quality at bat. Laid off some tough pitches. Matt Thaiss is nice on that swing to drive that out. 2-run home run against a lefty. It'll make everyone smile in that dugout. inside part of the plate. That's what you're hoping for, is a left-handed batter against a lefty. Something drifting on the inner half where you get those hips opened up, get to the barrel of the bat, and hits it, lines it out. 2-run home run. Big game already, 3 RBIs for Matty Theis.
Matty, ice water in his veins there with that battle against Misevich. Excellent piece of hitting. Brings up the big slugger, Jake Gatewood. Reached on that error by Crawford back in the 2nd inning. Angels with a 3-2 lead off the 2-run shot from Matt Theis.
Well, in the opening today, we showed how they were able to get some runs home. Just make a good contact. A little flare by Matt Theis. The first run driven in, now a home run. It's like we said, home run, power, contact. Finding ways to score runs.
Two and one to Jake Gatewood. What do you think for Matt Theis? Mark, what do you see this year?
He can play a lot of different positions. I think the biggest position that's really helping him, he's drafted as a catcher, getting back to that position. He's comfortable there. That helps your flexibility as far as a manager thinking, okay, if we have that extra guy or so on the roster, he can catch, can play the infield, can play in the outfield for you, and he's got some thump in the bat, gives you a good chance. And this talking to Joe today, he said it's going to be such a difficult decision with Perry Manassian and the entire organization on coming up with the roster when they go home to play the Astros. It's going to be tough, but he says at least this year he feels real comfortable with the depth.
Gatewood pops that one up to right field. Haniger battling.
I'm stuck in this like infinite time loop thing.
I'm reliving the same day over and over again. I get to do whatever I want.
Plus, nacho fries never leave the menu.
She's violating the nacho fries limited timeline.
Does that happen every day? Let's dip.
Try her now!
What's happening?
Let's get spicy!
Look out!
Getting the perfect home is a journey, so we help you find it, tour it, and own it. For moving made simple, there's no place like Zillow.
The mountains or the seashore? Into the city or far from it? You and all your friends, or just you and the open sky? The experiences we never forget come from the choices we make, including this one. The Wagoneer, or the Grand Wagoneer. Grand adventures. The choice is yours.
The overtime went into overtime. What do? You turn to DiGiorno to be MVP. MV Pizza. Fresh baked taste. The win and move. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
It's amazing. He's talking about motorcycle insurance, and people love it. And of course, they love the savings they're going to get with Geico, but it goes beyond that.
You deserve to save.
Heard that before.
You deserve to save.
I know.
I need you to hear me. You deserve to save.
I deserve to save.
I mean, he has a way of making you feel seen.
Bundle car and motorcycle insurance and save at geico.com.
We hope you're enjoying this spring training game telecast presented by Camping World. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
What do you think about Noah Syndergaard? He goes, that's the largest human being he's ever seen in his life, and that's coming from Mike Trout. But this is competitive nature. You can see how important it is for him to help this team win. And another thing I took out of that conversation today, and I said, he's number 34. And everyone knows that number has not been worn.
Ty France off Peoria. We got a tie ball game. A Ty France home run and a tie game. 3-3 solo shot off Peoria.
And a big pickup coming over for the Padres, and he's got some power. He's had some pretty good swings against the Angels. Again, it's another one of those early swings in the count. But going back to what Noah said, it's a slider that's out over the plate. When you throw a slider middle part of the plate, that's the one that always gets hit a long, long way. That little cement mixer slider.
Let's see the play by the fan.
Oh, on the move, making the play.
Running catch.
What's that catch probability?
A 32.
For us, it would be about a 0.
Yeah, I'm just curious about sprint speed and feet, per second.
Yes, but it was really cool what he told me. I said, well, nobody's worn number 34 since Nick Adenhart, and he said that Nick Adenhart's family talked with him and gave him permission. They're honored that he's wearing that jersey for the Angels, and I thought that was amazing. And I told him, I said, Nick was such a great kid, and I'll never forget calling that game that night where he threw the ball so well against Oakland, and knowing how competitive he was. It was great to see the family embrace that and say, yes, we would be honored for you, Noah Syndergaard, to wear that number 34.
That's a great story. I appreciate you sharing that. And something special that he is wearing that 34. Peoria gets Rodriguez for the first out in the 6th inning. Kean Wong is in the game at third base. And in right field is Dylan Thomas for the Angels. Former Mariner. A nice conversation with him. He's just
say that's your buddy right now. You've had some talks and conversations.
Great guy, because I had to tell him sorry for calling you Thomas Dillon on the first game. Take full responsibility for that, by the way. And he said no problem. He said I've been called worse. Who was it? Now it's already lost my thought. I had it. Jake Fraley. He said, yeah, announcer called me Jake Fraley once. He said, I look nothing like Jake Fraley. 0-2 to Caballero. Another follow-up on Syndergaard. Because in 2015-2016 with the Mets, superstar, ace, it's a probability, speaking of that he can get back to that level.
And in the talk today, said, hey, everyone said, well, you only have thrown 2 innings over the last 2 seasons. And I remind him that Shohei Ohtani only had thrown 2 2/3 over the last 2 years. And look what he did on the mound last year. And he just had a smile on his face. He goes, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of what it took to get to this point, and I'm aware of what I'm going to need to do to prepare and stay the course and be an effective, dominant pitcher like he can be.
What tells you that he can be? Is it the pace of the fastball? Is it the velo?
The stuff is there. I like to judge, even when I'm watching or doing a game, Patrick, is body language, and when you look someone in their eyes and are looking at you and say, I'm going to have a great year. I mean, it was like there was no hesitation. He was, in his mind, he's going to have a great year this year. And when you add stuff to that means it's going to be a really good year.
Caballero goes down, pops up to Gatewood. Now, when you look at me in the eyes, and do you get the same sort of feeling about having a great year when you look at me? Look at me, I'm looking at you.
You have no idea what I'm thinking here, Patrick. I'm thinking of, you mentioned movies. I'm thinking Die Hard 2. I should do that. Oh, Patrick, you're going to have a great year.
Thank you. 254 pitches, get this, for Noah Syndergaard, over 100 miles per hour. 254, which is the most in baseball since he first did it.
Remember we walked by home plate today, and when he was throwing his bullpen, and Joe Madden was there too, and I said, we should just have pitchers walk by home plate area and see how hard that pitch was and how difficult it is to hit a baseball. That would make you a pitcher more apt to throw more strikes, because it is the most difficult thing in sports, hitting a baseball, especially a high velocity fastball like that.
I've often wanted to just stand there and just experience what 90 feels like, because I've been in the cages and I know what 80 feels like. I didn't like it one bit.
I'll let you do that, Patrick.
I'd be absolutely terrified.
I remember facing Rob Dibble one time in a spring training game, and he was an upper 90s guy. And I remember fouling it the first pitch straight back. I'm like, wow, I'm on this. And then he threw one from the sidearm, and I was nearly gone.
This is Rizzo into the corner. Joe Rizzo with a double. Jared Kelnick remains in the ball game. 3-3.
I think Scott Service wants to give him an extra at bat. Strikeout and the ground out. Let's build some confidence in him.
Joe Rizzo just checked into the game, first at bat. It's a double for Peoria. There's the top prospect in all of baseball, Jared Kelnick. Seattle Mariner fans used to yell at me that he's going to be as good, if not better, than Mike Trout. Really? Okay. All right.
Did you say slow down a little bit?
Kinda. What do you mean, man? Yeah, no. Yeah, slow down. Slow your roll. Nice.
That's a great changeup.
Excellent change.
So he had to deal with a changeup from Reid Detmers going down and in. Now this changeup from Jaime Maria going fading down and away. Never have a problem seeing somebody throw back-to-back changeups either.
What is Berea like in a situation like this?
He's not afraid to go with that. He can try to paint a fastball away too.
Kelnick, oh, leaping catch and a beauty.
Need to get your windshield fixed? SafeLight makes it easy. You can schedule in just a few clicks, and we'll come to you with a replacement you can trust.
It's great.
That service on your time. Schedule now.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
This is Antonelli's Cheese Shop.
And we're the Antonellis.
Do good, eat good.
That's our mission.
We chose our Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because it gives us unlimited 2% cash back on everything we buy.
And it has no preset spending limit, so our purchasing power adapts to our business needs. We use our 2% cash back to help cover our employees' healthcare costs.
That's how we take care of our most valuable asset.
Our people. It may sound cheesy,
but we like it that way. What's in your wallet?
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty. Only at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. With new cars arriving daily, now's the time to get in and get away.
Get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days or 500 bonus cash on a Hyundai Elantra. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
East to west, change up from lefty to righty. Difficult for the timing for a very good fastball hitter in Kelnick.
And stretch time for me, apparently. Top 7. 3-3. Jake Gatewood remains in the game. It's 0 for 2. Just on an error and a fly out. Asher Wojciechowski still pitching for the M's.
Well, you just want to see Gatewood get a hold of one. Extremely strong, great power.
Well, so far today, we've seen some pretty good pitching from both sides. It's almost like a real MLB big league ball game the way these two are going at it here this afternoon. It's a nice catch by Michael Stefanik to end that bottom of the 6th.
No, he can hit. Improvement with the glove is huge for him.
We'll see Stefanik up this inning, hitting third. Landon Martinez on deck. And Stefanik again will hit third. Right there is Jake Gatewood. Strike it out. Asher Wojciechowski. Braxton Martinez remains in DH. Lando Martinez is the left fielder. Be nice to see him up this inning if possible. Corrections and retractions brought to you by myself. Braxton, center field, hit well. Wow. Braxton Martinez. How do you do? 4-3 Angels. Hammer.
Boy, Seattle knows some power with a last name Martinez. Edgar Martinez back in the day. Braxton Martinez over the batter's eye. Wow, that's a mammoth home run.
Look at the flags up there blowing in. Went right over the batter's eye. Insane.
And a courtesy look out in center.
In center field, Trammell. Taylor Trammell just, courtesy look. Wow.
Pitchers appreciate that.
Well, he wanted to see just how far it was going to go. Stefanik hits that to the gap, off the wall. And Stefanik is in.
Angel fans, keep an eye on Stefanik. He can hit. Flat out hit. It's a good swing. Out over the plate, good power the other way. One hops the wall and right center.
So Stefanik makes a great catch to end the inning and comes up with a double, following up that mammoth home run from Braxton Martinez.
Boy, that baseball was crushed.
Agnuri Sierra is now in center field. We've seen him all 3 games. Wojciechowski gets ahead.
What a great story that is for Braxton Martinez. Independent league. This keeps playing, loving the game of baseball, and a swing like that will open some eyes. I mean, that is a long, long way out.
410 to clear center field. Go over the wall. 440. What do you call that? 450? 430? 450.
Probably.
Do I hear 500?
I'll raise you up to 510, Patrick.
I fold.
Name that tune.
Might have to come up with one of my top 3 game shows of all time. Make me laugh. Name that tune.
We are going to do that this year, Patrick. Patrick O'Neill's top 3.
I'm still thinking about what my third would be. I really love the staying home from school and Barker's Beauties and The Price is Right and the Showcase Showdown. I just.
Hey, it's your top 3.
Yeah. Just spitballing, seeing what sticks. Hey, guess who's up? It's Orlando Martinez. I knew it. Or 3. Angels after the Braxton Martinez home run. 2 out. Nasty pitch. It's 0-2. Well, catcher got hit there. Take another look. Did he get hit?
Follow the rain on the top of the helmet.
Ouch. Josh Morgan behind the plate for the Mariners. Appears to be okay. Wojciechowski, Orlando Martinez, runner on second base. 2 outs, top 7. Martinez. Oh, that's an excellent play at first. Wojciechowski's over, close play, no. And the runner's coming home. Angels go up 5-3. Stefanik scores. Great hustle down the line by Martinez. Shiner unable to come up with it at first base for the M's.
Yeah, he made a nice play to get to this baseball, showing that range on the dive, but then just couldn't get quite a handle of the baseball. And the wide throw, and that's why you always get to the base, and then you don't stretch early until the baseball is thrown. And when you see that baseball get away, another run scored. Stefanik able to score.
2 errors for the Mariners on the afternoon. Brings up Luis Rengifo.
Boy, Stefanik, this looks really comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Foul back. 2 runs here in the 7th for the Angels. 1-1 so far here in Cactus League play. With the win yesterday, 12-5 over the Arizona Diamondbacks. A's came back to win the opener, 10-8. Wins and losses mean something for some chemistry and some vibe. You know, Joe Madden likes the wins.
Yes.
Strike 2.
Just think about Morgan behind the plate where he keeps his throwing hand. So often you see a catcher with their throwing hand behind their back to protect in case of foul balls. He keeps that glove right behind the catcher's mitt. In a spot where you can, with a foul tip your way, you could be put yourself in a bad position.
Ground ball to second base. Rengifo.
Your team is on a streak. A losing one.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. An Indeed resume gets right to work for you, so you can find that better fit fast.
Can you think of a time things didn't go as you planned?
How much time do we have?
Having a 5G phone that's not on T-Mobile makes as much sense as playing ice hockey. Using pool noodles. Get out of the penalty box with 5G coverage like this. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. T-Mobile, more 5G bars in more places. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
If you're washing with the Bargain brand, even when your clothes look clean, there's extra dirt you can't see. Watch this. That was in these clothes. Ugh. But the clothes washed in Tide, so much cleaner. And if it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Hygienic Clean. No surprises in these clothes. Couple more surprises.
I'm the latest hashtag challenge, and everyone on social media is trying me. I'm trending so hard that hashtag common sense can't keep up.
This is gonna get tens and tens of views. But if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, you could be left to pay for this yourself.
Get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem for a whole lot less.
Now is the time to experience Lexus at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
Get $1,500 lease cash toward a 2022 RX 350.
We hope you're enjoying this spring training game telecast presented by Camping World. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
New pitcher for the Halos, Oliver Ortega. 8 games last year for the Angels, facing Steven Souza Jr.
Well, you remember that game last year against the Tigers? He goes through 7 innings. I'm thinking he's done. So the top of the 8th inning, he hits a mammoth home run to right center field. And then he went back out in the 8th inning, and this went 1, 2, 3. And then he played, of course, the next day. I was thinking, there's no way he's playing the next day. Plays the next day. Unbelievable.
We started calling this early on in the season that what we were witnessing has never been done in baseball since Babe Ruth. And he went on to have one of the most historic seasons ever, not just baseball, but, you know, we both agree in sports history. I know. So you see 130 innings pitched, and I was talking to Joe about this. I said, Joe, you know, it would be great if you could get 150 out of 3 guys. I know it hasn't happened in a long time for the Angels. He said when he was with the Rays, he wanted 1,000 innings out of his starters. And he believes that he got it. Ground ball to third. Kian Wong is there. And Palmeiro stays on the bag. Route number 1. He thinks he got about 900 or 1,000. He wanted me to do the math and check on it. And I'll get on it, I swear. 2 of those years. But if you could get 150 out of Shohei, he wants to, you know, bump up his innings pitched. Sandoval, Syndergaard, even 100, 120. That will be huge. We just have not seen that in a long time for the Angels.
You know, even Lorenzen hasn't started really since 2015. A couple starts here and there, but they were more of those opener type starts. So if you can get that kind of performance and innings out of those starters there, you hope that you have 1 or 2 that's going to give you, you know, plus 150, 170 or so. Sandoval, in my opinion, is that guy to get you that 175, 180, if not more. He's in great shape. His stuff is there. His changeups, outside of Shohei Ohtani's splitter, that was one of the most unhittable pitches last year, his changeup. And you could throw that a lot and get a lot of outs with that, whether swing and miss or just soft contact. There's some depth in there. And you're going to have somebody that gives you those innings, in my opinion.
2 outs. Last time the Angels had 2 pitchers with 150 plus innings pitched. 2016 was Jared Weaver and Matt Shoemaker. The last time they had 3 with 150 plus innings pitched, the year before that, with Garrett Richards, Hector Santiago, and Weave. Makes all the difference in the world.
Because then you're not forcing your bullpen arms to pitch and get up every single day. Because as much as everyone believes that bullpen guys can pitch every day and get up and warm up, you can't. You're not going to have your best stuff. And you're always facing great hitters and your guys coming off the bench that could do damage. So you want to have your best stuff and feel physically your best each and every time you're called upon by Joe Maddon.
Alberto Rodriguez with 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Angels looking to go 2-1 in Cactus League action. 3-0. In 2011 for Joe Maddon, and thanks to the truck for helping me and preventing me from doing the research myself. In the Joe Maddon era with the Rays, he had 1 team that had 1,000 innings pitched from his starters, and that was 2011. And the year before that, he was 1/3 of an inning shy of 1,000. So,
whether you're looking for something on the small side or the medium side, or wow, that's really big, Zillow can help you find the right home and the right financing solutions. For financing made simple, there's no place like Zillow.
The mountains or the seashore, into the city or far from it, you and all your friends or just you and the open sky. The experiences we never forget come from the choices we make, including this one, the Wagoneer, or the Grand Wagoneer. Grand Adventures. The choice is yours.
Sarah, you said you were buying a car today.
Dad, it's 4 a.m.
Yeah, I stayed up and crunched all the numbers.
I already used Capital One Auto Navigator. I found my car online and got pre-qualified instantly.
Oh, online, honey, now that can affect your credit score.
It didn't, Dad. Then I got my real rate and monthly payment. Now I just need to head to the dealership for a test drive and purchase.
Sounds easy.
Yeah, it is.
Well, since we're both up, who wants French toast? What's in your wallet?
We have to be able to repair the enamel on a daily basis. With Pro Enamel Repair Toothpaste, we can help actively repair enamel in its weakened state. It's innovative. My go-to toothpaste is going to be Pro Enamel Repair.
Fire. I bid you to love.
I love the Boys and Girls Clubs because they help you believe that you can make it to the big leagues.
Big leagues of what? Law. Art. Construction. Baseball.
How'd you guess?
With the help of Major League Baseball, the Boys and Girls Clubs of America help kids make it to the big leagues of anything.
Everything you possibly need. Again, great access. I saw a lot of the fans as I was driving out on my way here to Peoria. They were standing like in cactuses trying to catch the home run balls when Trout and Upton were taking BP.
That's one of the biggest thrills I had was today having a chance to walk around, taping Joe Madden talking about backfields and what they're doing. And,
yeah, I saw
and
that.
So many different things he was saying, and I didn't even realize it. Because most times, a lot of that work you mentioned, it's done at the big field and field 1 and 2 at the stadium. But all the fields, there's a feel for. It's just basically an infield where they work on ground balls. There's some turf to work on different things. It was awesome. Just the access that Joe gave us to be able to see that. We'll see that coming up pretty soon, but it was fun. It was really, I didn't realize all those things they're able to do every day. And everyone's getting work. There's he goes, his bottom line, he doesn't want that standing around time for anybody. So everyone's always moving and doing something to get better.
Preston Palmeiro, center field. Preston Palmeiro, gone. Home run, 6-3 Angels.
Boy, some nice plays in the infield, and then this one. Wow.
I was just waiting to see if it was going to go over the batter's eye like Braxton Martinez. Tried to one-up him.
Wow, that ball was crushed.
Hits this one off of new Mariners pitcher Wyatt Mills. Way up top.
Got to make you feel good.
Aaron Whitefield is now in for Braxton Martinez. Number 76. See if he shows a little spirit here and can follow that jack up with something of his own. Aaron Whitefield. 6 runs on 9 hits. Some long balls for the Angels this afternoon.
Third one of the game.
Matt Dice, 2-run home run. Braxton Martinez and Preston Palmeiro.
the way, Pat, you're doing an excellent job. Having some fun here so far?
I'm having a great time. Yeah, I mean, Terry Smith tried to say, you know, if you could get through some of these spring training games, you'll be all right. I think each game, with the help of you, of course, a great crew, make it so very easy for me. I appreciate it very much. Whitefield goes down swinging. One down here, top of the ninth. I just love the fact that Joe Madden he's so very welcoming. I watched, you know, his conversation that you had. He's approachable. He'll talk to you about absolutely anything. Makes you feel extremely comfortable. That's so helpful. And he doesn't, you know, he delegates. He lets everybody else do their job. And you know, whether it's Jeremy Reed, Matt Wise, loves Dom Cheedy. You know, some new faces that we get to meet along the way. It's great being out here. It really is.
We had a good conversation with Bill Hasselman today.
That's right.
That's a big man. He loves hockey, too.
Yeah.
You got to like him, Patio. He loves hockey.
He likes the Bruins, though. The bench coach and Ray Montgomery. So each and every day gets an opportunity. You get an opportunity. I get an opportunity to say hello. And in the last couple of years, that wasn't possible. So it makes a big difference. Michael Stefanik.
Hitting machine.
Double back in the seventh and a run scored. Good defensive play. Big year AAA for Salt Lake. Little sidearm delivery there from Wyatt Mills.
So far, so good. A lot of different things done well by the Angels today. The pitching, led by Reid Detmers, was excellent in 2 innings. Bullpen solid. The offense, 3 home runs. Good contact. We're seeing some really good aggressive base running again today.
He draws the walk. If you look at what the big storylines are, Mark, from each of the 3 games, look at Michael Lorenzen. Clean 2 innings, 22 pitches. Game 2, Mike Trout, 2 for 2. Moving around in the outfield, no problems whatsoever. And today, Reid Detmers.
Yep. That's really important to see that, because you want to see some consistency from your starting pitchers as it tries to come together in such a short period of time, where you have a total of 18 games in spring, 15 here in Arizona, 3 freeway series. And then the Astros come into town opening day. Yes, they don't have Carlos Correa, but they have a lot of other talent. Jose Altuve, Alex Bregman.
And a potential opening day pitching matchup of
Shohei Ohtani
versus
Justin Verlander. Potentially. Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
Guy can dream.
Yordan Alvarez, too. I mean, they have some pop. The Astros. Dusty Baker. Fantastic, fantastic manager. 2 veteran managers going at it like they have for a lot of years. Dusty Baker, Joe Madden.
Magneuris Sierra, Dominican Republic. Had a nice little conversation with Magneuris. I was saying, let me just ask you about the pronunciation of your first name. We went back and forth a few times, Mark. And then I said, what's your nickname? Call me Mag.
That's perfect.
Mag Sierra. 0-2. Throw down to first. Stefanik back.
Well, today the Nationals playing the Astros down in the Grapefruit League, and Dusty Baker's son Darren Baker brought out the lineup card and played today. Remember that? You can almost, now we're starting to feel a little older back in 2002.
20 years ago?
Yeah, wow.
JT Snow. Saving the day. Now he's playing in the Grapefruit League.
It was a total surprise to bringing out the lineup card with Dusty there at home plate. That's so cool. What a moment.
That is tremendous. Sierra strikes out. 2 down, top of the ninth. Orlando Martinez is now the batter. 1 for 1 with a single. Attendance here, Peoria Sports Complex, 6,951. March 20th, 2022.
Well, over 8,000 at Tempe Diablo Stadium yesterday. I can imagine.
Let's hear it.
Well over 9,000 complete sellout tomorrow. Got to get to that ballpark tomorrow if you're a baseball fan, an Angel fan.
So once again, the catcher having a tough day. Morgan, not thrilled at all.
A lot of times now with catchers trying to catch those baseballs out in front so far, they're leaning over towards the plate. You're more susceptible to that follow through on the backswing.
Martinez, drive to right field. That one gets down. We got some speed on the bases. Stefanik scores easily. 7-3. Lando Martinez RBI double. Over the head of Rodriguez in right field. That's the 10th knock of the day for the Angels. I was looking forward to that one.
Yeah, double figures and hits again.
That's right.
Boy, swinging the bat very, very well here in 3 games.
And Renifo says, thanks very much. Gives me another opportunity. Get some hacks in. Runner in scoring position.
Base hit today, had that triple yesterday.
And as you mentioned earlier, that big hit versus the Yankees in that game that saw Jared Walsh hit that grand slam off Chapman. The ground ball, second base, and retires the side. We're heading to the bottom of the 9th inning. Halos lead the end, 7-3.
Hey, Google.
Do you think any of us will look back in our lives and regret the things we didn't buy? Or the places we didn't go?
For March Madness, the Dave single is just $1 in the Wendy's app. Reg!
Lunchtime, baby.
Lunchtime indeed, Rich.
Get a hot and juicy Dave single for just $1 in the app. Choose wise. Choose Wendy's.
Let's get ready for jalapeno poppers.
Can you have me some potato skins?
They're loaded.
Turns out Michael Buffer speaks like that all the time. And it turns out the General is a quality insurance company that's been saving people money for nearly 60 years.
And in this corner, coconut shrimp.
For a great low rate and nearly 60 years of quality coverage, make the right call and go with the General.
Let's get ready for garlic bread.
I gotta say, the ocean's the most perfect shade of blue. The most royal of all the blues. You know what I mean?
Nah, actually, the sky's the perfect shade of blue. Classier, more distinct, not so one and done.
Guys, we all know what the most elite shade of blue is.
Yeah, a blue that's actually perfect. Undefeated, if you will.
Sue Bird has entered the chat.
Live your best life in any color.
As the owner of this craft brewery, my days are so full of responsibilities, there's no last call. That includes deciding how every dollar is spent around here. That's why I switched to Spectrum Business for internet and phone. Because I pay exactly the advertised price, not a penny more. And from the moment I switched, I stopped worrying about added taxes or hidden fees. On top of that, I also get fast speeds and reliable service at the best value. Cheers to my bottom line.
Do
Don't waste your tax refund on something silly. Spend smarter with Straight Talk and get our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with unlimited high-speed data and 5 gigs of hotspot data on the largest, most dependable networks with nationwide 5G. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart and Walmart.com.
Batman can fight crime, but only you can bring home the Batman calzone from Little Caesars with pizza and calzone crust. So you tell us, who's the real hero? Walk in and walk out with the Batman calzone and see the Batman in theaters March 4th.
Pizza, pizza.
New pitcher for the Halos, Jose Marte. Also into the game at shortstop, Livan Soto. Jose Caballero at the plate for the Mariners. Trailing 7-3 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Ground ball, Kean Wong. Nice pick for Palmeiro, 1 down.
Pretty solid defensively, Wong over a third today. He's had some tough plays. He's been very successful with them.
He's had action in each of the last 3 innings. It's nice to see. We saw him walking in with Andrew Velasquez. We're just chewing the fat. 2 guys that can really pick it, really move. That's what it's going to be for the Angels. A lot of mixing and matching. Whether it's Fletcher at short. One thing that Joe said about David Fletcher is you don't care where you tell him he's playing. He just wants to be playing, whether it's second, third, shortstop. Tyler Wade, Rengifo, Velasquez, Matt Duffy, Jack Mayfield.
A lot of flexibility.
Sure.
To keep everyone fresh, especially for a number of guys that haven't played a lot, not necessarily everyday guys. So keeping them fresh is very, very big.
Joe Rizzo strikes out. Marte with the K. Well, Mark, we have 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th, Taylor Trammell, possibly the last batter of the game for the Mariners. Once again, big thanks to you.
Oh, thanks, Patrick. It's been fun.
It was really fun hanging out last night as well. Producer Max, Travis, having Erica Weston with us. First pitch, ground ball, Palmeiro to Marte. Ball game.